But I think that somebody's going to come in and keep them here. I think that the fan base in the Pacific Northwest are too good to leave.
The end of an era or a fresh start? Tonight, many asking the big question, what is next? After today's big announcement, the Portland Trail Blazers are for sale. Good evening. Thanks a lot for joining us, everybody. I'm Steve Dunn.
And I'm Reich Yazway. The estate for Paul Allen says it has started a formal sales process. Allen was a co-founder of Microsoft. He died in 2018 from complications of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma at the age of 65. His estate says his final wishes included selling all his sports holdings to donate the proceeds to charity.
To break down what this means, let's bring in Katu Sports Director Tyree Smith, who's live at the Moda tonight. And boy, this got a lot of people talking, Tyree.
Steve, come on. First of all, this just means that the Portland Trail Blazers had big plans all along. Because I refuse to just believe Jody woke up this morning and was like, let's just go ahead and sell the team. This has been something that's been in the works. Now, if you want to talk logistics, let's get to that. The team is valued right now at about $3.6 billion, and that's according to Sportco. That ranks them at about 23rd out of the 30 NBA teams, and report says that the team could sell for around $4 to $5 billion. So the hope for Blazers fans right now is making sure that this team stays in a Rose City. Out of the 30 NBA squads, there are 10 of them that have never won an NBA championship, and luckily for the Blazers, they are not in that category because they have won one, which should just prove further that the team probably isn't leaving our area, and others believe so too. Take a listen.
We need to find an owner that's going to be here for good, that's going to keep the team here in Oregon. Portland Trailblazers is our community and our city, and I think it's very important that the team stays here. Obviously, my father, 1977 championship, played 14 years NBA, and he built his roots here, his whole life, and we grew up here.
The most talked about potential owner right now today is about Phil Knight, who attempted to buy the team back in 2022 for $2 billion. Now, Knight did turn 87-year-olds this year, but you also got to remember that he gave Oregon unlimited NIL money. So he's definitely looking for a championship, whether it's in college football, potentially NBA. So keep your eyes out on Phil Knight being a potential owner. We'll have more for you on K2 News at 11, but I'll see you guys later in sports.
Tyree, thank you for that. Certainly too early to tell who may throw their hat in the ring for the team. However, as you mentioned, Nike owner Phil Knight has shown interest in acquiring the Trailblazers in the past. In fact, in 2022, ESPN reported that Knight had made an offer of more than $2 billion to buy the team. The report said the offer was made together with Los Angeles Dodgers co-owner Alan Skominski. The team later confirming the offer to K2, but said the team was not for sale. And in rankings posted in March, CNBC placed the Blazers 22nd in the NBA's most valuable teams with a valuation of $3.65 billion. Allen paid $70 million when he bought the team in 1988. We have reached out to Nike and Phil Knight for comment. Of course, we'll let you know if we do hear back.
Last fall, the city of Portland signed a bridge agreement with the Blazers to keep the team at Moda through 2030 with a 5-year extension option. The city and Rip City management said it will allow more time to pursue and structure a long-term public-private partnership for a major renovation of the arena and the Rose Quarter. The Moda Center was built in 1995. The city says it is the oldest NBA arena to have never undergone a major renovation. At the time, the city said the agreement represents the city and Rip City management's shared commitment to preserving the team's legacy in Moda Center. We reached out to the city for its response to the sale. They sent us a statement from Mayor Keith Wilson reading in part, "My office is eager to build a strong partnership with the new ownership, ensuring that Oregon's favorite basketball team continues to thrive right here in Portland." Mayor Wilson also noted the Blazers are central to Portland's identity, and their cultural and economic significance to the city cannot be overstated.
Oh, earlier, we went out to see how Portlanders are feeling about the sale. Here's some of what you told us.
I personally think it's good news. I think that the Blazers are headed in the right direction, but I think that we could be more competitive, and I think that this city, the Pacific Northwest in general, kind of deserves a competitive basketball team, and I think everybody is kind of looking for owners that will invest more into, you know, putting a better product out on the floor.
Obviously, their performance has not been very good for quite a while, and so I hope a local owner comes. I mean, I just don't know who it would be, but you wouldn't want somebody from New York or Los Angeles owning the team, because potentially then they're looking for another location where they could make more money. You know, a bigger basketball market for television.
We do want to hear from you tonight. Just pull out your phone, scan the QR code on your screen you see there to weigh in. How do you feel about the plan to sell the Blazers? You sad that could lead to relocation? Excited? Need a fresh start? Indifferent? Don't follow the NBA? Look at that there. A lot of people, 45% of them saying, I don't care at this point. You can also vote by finding the poll in this story on our website, which is katu.com.
The Blazer sale is not entirely unexpected. It is likely to have a ripple effect for two other Northwest franchises. Today's announcement noted the news does not affect the estate's ownership of the Seahawks or the 25% stake in the Seattle Sounders. That could change. Chris Daniels breaks down what this could mean for the future of Seattle's sports scene.
It is a move that was expected after the death of Paul Allen in 2018, now made official by his estate and his sister Jody, consistent with his directive to sell his sports holdings and direct proceeds to philanthropy. The Blazers are for sale. The Seattle Seahawks may not be far behind.
Eventually, Jody Allen's going to sell this football team.
That's been complicated by the 1997 agreement with the state to build Lumen Field that would have taxed Allen or a new owner a tenth of the sales price if the Hawks were sold before last year. The Blazers transaction comes as NBA Commissioner Adam Silver says the league will discuss expansion this summer in a new interview with SiriusXM.
We have a NBA board meeting in July in Las Vegas, and my sense is it will be on the agenda to discuss. Obviously, I know there's tremendous interest in Seattle.
How do you think this impacts the discussion about NBA expansion to Seattle?
I mean, I think one of the things is it muddles it in not a great way, right? Like if Adam Silver could have waved a magic wand, he would not have this happening right now.
Yet longtime sports executive Lauren Anderson, who heads the University of Oregon's Warsaw Sports Business Center, says unlike the recent $6 billion sale of the Boston Celtics, a Seattle expansion could set the market for the Blazers sale.
It's just saying that all the franchises are that much more valuable. So, you know, you set that mark and someone comes in and pays that, then I'm looking to buy the Blazers. You know, there's probably a little bit of a lift there.
Meaning the Blazers could be just the first in a Northwest three-point play.
That was Chris Daniels reporting. As we mentioned earlier, the Blazers do have that lease agreement at the Moda through 2030. The sales process is still in the early stages and is expected to continue into next season. The NBA Board of Governors would also need to ratify the final purchase agreement. Keep it live with K2 as we follow every development related to the Blazers sale. As soon as we learn anything new, we'll bring it to you on air and online at K2.com.